Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog.
Black Doom claims to have knowledge of my past. He claims that I had promised to deliver the 7 Chaos Emeralds to him. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's the only one I can trust for clues about my past. Sonic and I were able to destroy the alien's attack craft. Having cornered Black Doom, he summoned an enormous flying monster. Sonic and I finished it off, and I got the 3rd Chaos Emerald. Where did you go, Black Doom? I won't let you get away!
Now that we're out of the city, let's continue forward here on the hero path and make our way through our next level here, Circus Park.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? Isn't that Tails?
Look at that! It's Eggman's theme park! He made it out of the rings he's taken from around the world. I've got to get those rings back.
A Chaos Emerald! This is just too easy. Guess it's my lucky day.
So it looks like Tails has crash landed somewhere here in Eggman's amusement park, so looks like we're going to be running into our two-tailed fellow friend here in just a moment.
Hey, Shadow! Look at this! Eggman's collected rings from all around the world and has built this theme park. What do you say? How about the two of us take all these rings back?
How about no? Because at this point, if we hit Y here to look at our story route, we can see now we have a neutral mission available to us. So we can complete the dark mission, which will put us back onto the neutral path, the hero mission, which will put us into a new pathway, or we can complete the neutral mission here and continue going straight down the path that we've already made our way into. And that's what I'm opting to do. So instead of helping you out, Tails,
The emerald must have fallen somewhere nearby.
instead we're gonna find the Chaos Emerald. Hopefully that emerald isn't too far off, because I'd like to have me another Chaos Emerald. That'd be nice. Speaking of nice, let me grab me some guns here and take care of this clown juggling some explosives. Shooting that guy. Now we have some bouncers here, like bouncy balls. We can use these right up these barrels, and now we can continue forward into the level. Just shoot this crate and also this egg pawn. Give me 2 more guns, which getting ammo like this early on is always helpful.
Oh, Shadow, there you are. Those gun geeks are trying to demolish my lovely park. Do me a favor and get rid of the soldiers for me, will you?
I just feel like getting your Chaos Emerald. Thanks, Eggman. Maybe I'll hug you later. For now, though, we'll use these gun troops to just homing attack chain our way over to the other side of the platform and continue on here with this automated ride. On this section, if we hold left or right, we can go ahead and pick one of the 2 balloons, and the one on the left gives us a shield, which is always nice to have. Gonna grab me the vacuum gun here. We can go either to the left or the right, which will have gun troops or Eggman troops. I'm gonna go this way because I want to suck up the Eggman troops and fill up my hero meter. And since we're in a neutral mission, we want to go as fast as we can to earn a high time bonus. So we're going to want to get our Chaos Control meter filled up as soon as possible and use that to zip through the said level. Now, one thing in this level that you want to be careful about is if you're going for the neutral mission, be careful how many rings you collect. Because to complete the hero mission, you need a total of 400 rings. And this level has a lot of ring opportunities. So it's very easy for you to actually overshoot the ring count by just playing the level normally. Case in point here, I just got me some rings just by going up. So you gotta be very careful about what you're doing in the said level. Here we're gonna go ahead and activate the checkpoint, use Chaos Control, and zip our way out of this said section, which didn't really get us far if you want to be honest. But that's fine. We'll just continue forward from here. Get me more rings, which normally would be a good thing, but right now, I don't want to complete the hero mission, so I gotta be careful how many rings I get. One thing you can do in this level, if you feel like you're about ready to cross over the ring threshold to complete the hero mission, is take some intentional damage, because if you take damage in the said level to reduce your ring count, then you're not going to be getting yourself the hero mission completed, which is helpful, but keep in mind, every hit takes away 10 rings, so it's gonna take a lot of hits for you to actually lose enough rings so you won't complete the hero mission. So you may or may not be losing enough rings just by damage. In that case, you might be better off just losing a life and restarting from a checkpoint. But here, I'm gonna go ahead and climb up this rope. And here, you gotta be careful because you actually wanna jump over that flame ring because it's a little too low and you'll hit the said ring in question, taking damage. So just do a little jump or just press the X button to get a little speed boost because that'll also count as a jump and you'll be fine. In this section, I don't know why this happens, but if you have the vacuum gun, you just spin around like crazy and it's really goofy looking. It's something to do with the vacuum gun, I guess, needing to be centered at all times with how the game functions, but it just looks all kinds of goofy. But we're at the end of the level at this point. There's also our final checkpoint, and here we got ourselves our Chaos Emerald.
Chaos Emerald is mine. Sorry, but this Chaos Emerald is mine.
Thanks for the Chaos Emerald, Tails. And nice theme park you got here, Eggman. Although it was a little too many rings, if you ask me.
Perfect.
Heading back in the Circus Park, let's go ahead and help out Tails this time around and complete the hero mission, which is just collecting 400 rings. A very simple hero mission, and honestly, it's probably one of the easiest ones in the entire game. Simply just because there are rings everywhere in this level, so you never have a shortage of rings to collect here in Circus Park. And we'll be able to probably get this quota before we even make it halfway through the level if we play our cards right. But there's also another thing about this mission that makes things pretty easy for us when it comes to getting the A rank in particular, and that is all the items around here specifically. So all the crates, for example, if we just blast open one of these for a gun, we just earn some hero points. So we can just attack the surroundings and fill up our hero gauge, making the hero mission very easy. And the reason why this works is because normally breaking something would fill up the dark gauge, giving you dark points. But in this level, this is an Eggman level, and he bad. So breaking anything at Eggman's will count towards our hero meter, which is really helpful for our sake right now. But here, this was a shooting game. You want to just go ahead and shoot as many balloons as possible, earn a certain amount of points from the said shooting game, and you'll get 50 rings. You'll know when you meet the 50 ring threshold, when that meter on the little time dial will fill up fully green. So keep in mind how much that meter is filled, and then you'll know just how close you are to getting the maximum set of rings. But you can get some amount of rings out of that even if you don't complete the game fully. You can get 5 or even 10 rings out of it, but it's a pretty nice source of rings. But in some cases you might be better off just collecting rings from other sources. Like, for example, hitting a spring in the dead center will give you a 50 ring bonus when you hit the gong at the very top, or the bell specifically. So that's another great way of earning rings as well. Now let's go ahead and play another shooting game, but this time we got a turret. If you hold down the B button, this thing will fire automatically, but it's very slow. So what I recommend doing is just mash the B button to fire the thing a lot faster. So this way you can actually hit the balloons pretty consistently. I want to mention one other thing about the shooting game here. Be very careful not to hit any Eggman balloons, because if you do so, that'll detract from your overall score. So you don't want to hit Eggman balloons if you can avoid them. Speaking of avoiding, try to avoid taking damage if you can, because you will lose 10 rings every time you get hit. Having a shield here would also be pretty helpful, so whenever you can find a shield, then grab it so you can keep your rings instead of losing them per hit. And there are many opportunities to get a shield in this level, so if you don't have a shield, there's probably one around the corner, making it pretty easy for you to just have some level of protection anytime you get hit. As Tails is saying here, hit the gong at the top, get ourselves 50 rings, which is a very helpful bonus. Here we get ourselves Chaos Control, and I'm gonna grab me this shield before we activate it, simply because with the electric shield, we can pull in rings that are anywhere near us. So this will help out quite a lot. But here I'm just gonna fall down. I wanna just be very careful where I fall though, because here, got some bumpers that will lead us to the top of this gong, giving us 50 more rings. And we got ourselves a shooting game right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab me some extra weapons. And I'm gonna shoot here, but keep in mind where the balloons go, because for this one, you're actually gonna be playing the shooting game on a rail. So this is one of those hard games. You can get some stuff here, but if you do play the shooting game, you might be better off doing what I'm doing and shooting while flying around with a gun. It's not the easiest game, and it's probably one I'll just say you can probably skip, because it's not gonna give you that many rings in hindsight. So that game, yeah, I mean, it's fine, just maybe don't. We're gonna fall down here very carefully, because we can land in between the fire here in the ring, just going straight through the said ring. We'll get ourselves 5 rings from it.
That turret is so cool! I've never seen a vulcanized ceramic used for this sort of thing before.
Used for what? Target shooting? Don't mind if I do. Going behind us here, we have ourselves another one of the shooting gallery games. And another turret to make this pretty simple. If we win this, we will actually have 50 rings, which will complete the mission. But as you can see here, this is one of the harder shooting games really to play, just because of how the balloons are pretty hard to aim, if you want to be honest, in this kind of predicament. So not the best situation, plus the frame rate really does dip down in that section, so not the easiest game to play. But here though, we have ourselves a gong at the very top. If we hit this spring dead center, then we could get up there, but instead what we can do is we can just hit this spring from here and complete the mission. Spin dash is very powerful, and use it to your advantage. Supposed to wall jump to it, I just kind of missed the walls.
Sorry, Doctor. I got no time for games.
Although, if I had to say one thing about your games, Doctor, they were pretty fun. I'll play them again.
Perfect.
Heading back in the Circus Park once again, let's go ahead and help out Eggman this time around and complete the Dark Mission. The Dark Mission here is to eliminate all the gun robots. And with this mission, we don't have that many gun robots to worry about, so it won't take us terribly long to do this. But there's also a situation where, since there's not that many robots, this is one of those missions where if you don't kill them all on the way, it will be very, very easy for you to lose track on which ones you've actually defeated. So it would really help to just kill everything in sight, just to be safe when it comes to gun troops. But we're not gonna have a problem with this. We've played these missions plenty of times. We know how these work at this point. So here's Eggman. Now we can go ahead and find out there are a total of 20 gun troops for us to take care of. One of the lowest number of troops for us to take out in the entire game when it comes to defeat all enemy type missions. So just in the very beginning section alone, we're 1/5 of the way there, which is pretty fast in terms of mission completion. So as you can tell, this one's not going to take us terribly long. It's just the gun troops are spaced out pretty far and wide in this said mission. I'm going to use my gun here to destroy these guys and grab me a different weapon, one with a little bit more power to it. That way, we'll just have an easier time destroying these said gun troops. I'm going to shoot you twice and use the beetles here to hold me attack our way up to make our way forward. And now we're already halfway through the mission. A minute in, and we're halfway done. Yeah, this one's not going to be all that bad. I just don't want to miss any of these, because with the limited number of gun troops here, yeah, it's very easy to just kind of be doing a little bit of a scavenger hunt. Although we have some bigger enemies here. I mean, you can easily hear the robots just kind of moving around. So I don't really think this one's all that bad when it comes to if you miss one of the gun troops, have to backtrack for it. But let's just not do that. Should have 13 at this point in that checkpoint, and we're pretty much good to go. So we'll just continue forward here. If we can hit this balloon, we'll get ourselves an electric shield, which is helpful for pulling in rings. But be careful how many rings you get so you don't complete the hero mission. Destroy the robot in front of us there. Trying to avoid Tails because I don't want to help you right now. And fill up our dark meter so we can just annihilate things with unlimited bullets. be careful here. Just avoid all of his robots, because I don't want to destroy the robots of the man I'm trying to help. You'll be mad! Don't want to make Eggman mad. Here, we got some gun beetles down here. If you don't want to actually fight these guys, you could just barely reach the ledge and climb up. But we do need to fight these, so we'll just use Chaos Blast to destroy everything around us. And from here, I'm actually going to jump off of the parachute and just fast fall our way down to the bottom. Get into this turret and just shoot the robot in front of us. Grab his gun in the process, and we are pretty much at the end of the ropes here. Because once we destroy that said robot, just go a little bit forward here, and we got our last 2 troops that we need to go ahead and defeat. Being these 2, we'll complete the Dark mission. A very simple kill 'em all mission.
Disgusting humans. How dare you show your faces in the doctor's presence?
Or I guess in this case, how dare you show your robot faces here, because there wasn't a single human, only robots and mechs.
Perfect.
Alright, we're heading back into Circus Park one final time to grab ourselves those 5 secret keys and see what lies behind the secret door here. So our first secret key is a decent amount of the ways into Circus Park here. We're right at the location of checkpoint number 2. And we see there are 2 paths here. What if I told you, let's take path number 3. Use the bumper here in the middle, and by hitting that said bumper, you'll get launched straight into your first key. The second key isn't that far away here from checkpoint 2. It's actually right next to where checkpoint 3 is located, which just happens to be right in front of us. So, from here, we want to go ahead and just go to where checkpoint 3 is located, but turn the camera here and head backwards, because here, there is an Eggman box that's just out of view, and inside that said box is your next secret key. Now, that is kind of an easy one to miss, and it's for all of the wrong reasons. The box itself is very obvious when you get close to it, but the draw distance in Shadow the Hedgehog makes it so that box isn't really that possible to see from too far away. So if you didn't go backwards and turn around the camera in that specific section, very easy to miss that said box with your second key. But our third key here is coming up, so right around this section, which is where the secret door is actually located. We're going to go ahead and use Chaos Control to zip past the said door, because our next secret key is at the very end of the shooting gallery section here where we grind on rails. So before you take the rocket out of this section with the 2 gun pedals, you want to drop down below and grab your third key. The 4th key is actually right next to where key number 3 is located, but this, in my opinion, is the hardest of the 5 secret keys to get, and you'll see why once it's in view.
Damn it.
Right here, we're going to want to drop down below, and on these said barrels, we got to be really careful here, because one wrong move and we're just falling down to our deaths. But make it through that nerve-wracking section, and your secret key is just waiting on the one final barrel there. So that's key number 4 collected. And our final key is going to be near the end of Circus Park. So the final roller coaster ride here we have at the very end of the stage. We saw a glimpse of this said key when we were playing the neutral mission. It's a blink and you miss it kind of key, because it's on the automated section here. We have to be very careful not to pass this key. If we do, then we're going to just have to reload a set checkpoint and try again. But want to go ahead, grab ourselves this said roller coaster, and want to hold the analog stick left once we can see the key in view. So right around here in this tunnel, key's in view, grab it, and there you go. That is your final secret key. So now with all the keys, let's make our way to the goal ring, because that is where our final checkpoint is located, and we'll be able to use this set checkpoint to warp back to our previous checkpoint from earlier, which specifically is checkpoint number 4, to go to the secret door location. So let's go ahead, select checkpoint 4, zoom back into basically the halfway mark of the stage, and from here I'm just going to collect a few more rings, because we're almost set up to complete the hero mission, and there are plenty of rings up ahead here for us to collect, which will make the hero mission very possible for us to complete here once we go through the said secret door, because what lies behind this secret door is a very interesting shooting gallery. So this shooting gallery has nothing but yellow balloons. And at this point, we have seen the shooting galleries be a pretty lucrative way of getting rings. And if you can fill up the shooting gallery's said little meter there in front of us, the full green, then you'll get 50 rings. Red balloons are worth 1 point, but yellow balloons are worth 2. And this room only has yellow balloons spawning, and there are a lot of yellow balloons spawning. So that's a free 50 rings right there, making the hero
Sorry,
mission
Doctor.
extremely
I got
easy
no
once you
time
get to
for
this specific
games.
point of Circus Park. But that is it for this said level. That was all 3 of the said missions completed, along with the secret door location.
Perfect.
So that was a pretty fun-filled time, I would say, in Eggman's amusement park. But I'll say, needs some more attractions. There's nothing but rings there in that said park. Maybe next time, if Eggman gives this whole theme park aesthetic a try, maybe he can add some more attractions. But that's something I hope he'll work on in the future. For now, though, we're ready to continue on with our next level here in the Slightly Hero Pathway, and we'll be doing that in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog, we'll continue further down the Slightly Hero Pathway. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.